For years, people watched Little House on the Prairie and felt like they were part of the Ingalls family. One of the sweetest parts of the show was the love story between Laura and Almanzo. It looked so real that many fans thought the two actors, Melissa Gilbert and Dean Butler, were in love in real life. But that is not what really happened. Melissa has now shared the truth about what went on behind the scenes. And it is not what most people expected. What she felt back then was very different from what we saw on television. On Little House on the Prairie, Melissa Gilbert played Laura Ingalls, a smart and strong farm girl growing up on the American frontier. Dean Butler played Almanzo Wilder, the quiet, kind man who eventually became Laura's husband. Their story slowly grew from friendship to love, and viewers followed every moment. The way they looked at each other, the way they talked, it all felt so natural. Fans believed their connection was real, not just acting. Some even hoped they were dating in real life. But what was happening on screen was not the full picture. Behind the camera, things were very different for young Melissa. Melissa was just a teenager when she started filming those romantic scenes with Dean Butler. She had never been in a real relationship before, and suddenly, she had to act like she was in love. In front of cameras, crew members, and millions of future viewers. It was not exciting for her. It was confusing, awkward, and even scary at times. Melissa remembers their first on-screen kiss clearly. She felt nervous and unsure. She did not know how to feel about holding hands or looking deeply into someone's eyes, especially when that someone was almost 10 years older. While fans saw a beautiful love story, Melissa was just trying to get through each scene without falling apart. But through all of that, she says Dean was kind and patient. He never made her feel uncomfortable or pressured. He did not act like a boyfriend. He acted more like a big brother, helping her stay calm and focused. Their connection on screen was strong, but it was not romantic. It was professional, and that made a big difference. Dean Butler knew that Melissa was much younger and still learning how to handle the spotlight. Instead of taking advantage of the situation, he made sure she always felt safe and supported. He treated her with care and respect, both on and off camera. Melissa has said many times that Dean was never unkind or pushy. He did not cross any lines. In fact, he often felt more like a protective older brother than a romantic partner. His professionalism helped Melissa get through those tough scenes, and it allowed them to build real trust as co-stars. Back when Little House on the Prairie was on the air, there were not many ways for actors to share their real thoughts. There was no social media, no casual behind-the-scenes interviews. People saw Melissa as Laura Ingalls, not as a real girl with her own feelings. Melissa says she did not know how to explain the difference between herself and her character. She was young and still figuring things out. On top of that, she did not want to ruin the magic for fans who believed in the love story. So she stayed quiet. She smiled for the cameras and let people believe what they wanted, even if it did not match what she was feeling inside. Growing up on camera was not easy for Melissa. From a young age, she felt pressure to look a certain way. As a teenager in Hollywood, she began to believe she was not pretty enough. At just 18, she made the difficult decision to get plastic surgery, hoping it would help her fit in with what others expected. For years, she tried to meet those beauty standards. But over time something changed. Melissa began to see the harm in chasing perfection. She later had her implants removed and chose to live more naturally. She now speaks openly about aging, self-love, and accepting yourself just as you are. Her journey shows how fame can affect a young person's self-image, but also how healing is possible when you start being honest with yourself. Behind the confident actress was a girl learning to find her true voice. After all these years, Melissa is clear about one thing. There was never a real romance between her and Dean Butler. She says they were simply co-stars who worked hard to make their love story believable on screen. Dean agrees, adding that their strong performances were the result of trust and teamwork, not real-life feelings. Their ability to make millions believe in their characters' love shows how skilled they were as actors. Even without a real romance, their story touched many hearts, and that is what truly matters. Today, Melissa Gilbert and Dean Butler remain good friends. Even though they never shared a real romance, their time working together created a strong bond. They have reunited on television and in interviews, looking back fondly on their days filming Little House on the Prairie. Their friendship shows that sometimes, the best stories come from respect and kindness, not just love. Fans still enjoy seeing them together, remembering the special connection they shared on and off screen.